point. We're getting close to a game this week, so that's exciting, but we're also really focused on facing the Vikings defense here for the next 2 days before we start to think about Houston.
We talked last week about Phil's leadership on the line. Obviously, what he does on the field has such a tremendous value, and you guys made sure to make that clear to him in the offseason. What was it last year that you saw in him that really aided that run game, and what makes him such a valuable guy at that slot?
Well, he's very dependable, and Phil is tough. He'll play through injuries. We ask a lot of our right tackle, both in the run game and in the pass protection. He's done a fantastic job, especially in our division where we're facing a bunch of good pass rushers. So he just was solid and very accountable.
As a run blocker, what stands out?
Well, he's very physical. He likes to finish. He finishes to the whistle. He's usually there cleaning up the pile, keeping additional hitters off of our ball carrier.
Last year you didn't reveal too much with your offense during the preseason. Is that going to be sort of the pattern this year too?
Well, that's a fine line. You want to breast your cards somewhat, but you also want to be good enough at your concepts that it's not the first time you run them when it really counts. So we're always trying to balance that. Remain tough to defend, but also be good at what we do.
Bill, Jerome Simpson says that he feels a lot better than he did at this time last year, just physically. Can you see any differences? Does he look like he's moving any better because of his health?
He does. He does look like he's moving better. Shoot, it was the Tennessee game, I guess, where he, the 5th game, where he had his injury, and then from then on, it was really a challenge for him to get up to full speed, and eventually full speed this summer.
And if you have him at full speed, that kind of changes the dynamic of that receiver core a little bit.
Oh, it definitely helps. Yeah, it definitely helps. Yeah, he's doing a better job getting separation. We can gauge his speed better as quarterbacks, especially when he is himself.
However long that first unit offense goes on Friday, what are the main things that you want to see if it's a series, 2 series, whatever it is?
Well, we want to be fundamentally sound. We don't want our fundamentals to go out the window when we get in a real game situation or a clutch situation or a make or break play. We want to do what we do out here on the practice field, which would be sound and execute, make some plays. So we want to see all of that from those guys.
Bill, what kind of an asset has Coach Stewart's been just, with that receiving core that is coming together? There are some new faces, some really young faces, and just helping them along.
Well, Coach Stewart has his work cut out for him this summer. I think 9 out of the 12 fellows in that room are new to Coach Stewart. I've never been in a training camp with him before. So he and Clint Kubiak are working overtime and getting those guys up to speed. And you can see it out there. They're improving every single day.
You find yourself
being new to the team last year, not able to participate in the preseason because of injury. Does that just really kind of wipe out what they're able to do then the rest of the season like that?
Well, not always. Not always, but this preseason, even though the games don't count or don't go on Coach Frazier's record, they're definitely real, and we can get a lot out of them. I know we grew quite a bit last year during the preseason. We were able to start off 3-1 or whatever happened to be for them, and we had a good start. But we put a lot of value in preseason games, even if certain guys just get limited exposure. It's really invaluable because we can't practice like we used to when we used to have so many players in training camp. The new CBA rules, 1 practice a day, 2 CBA games, you gain more value.
So this year, now that John's healthy, how much more does that add to your offense? Being able to go that 3 tight end looks like you like.
It adds a bunch, and we're able to really mix and match better. We've got our concepts that we believe in and hang our hat on, but with John being healthy, he can go in there and do some of the concepts that we do with 3 wide receivers, and we can go with 2 tight ends and 2 receivers instead, and I don't feel like we fall off really very far, if any.
Joe, how comfortable are you with Seth Olsen taking that backup role?
Well, that'll be a challenge for Seth. Seth is really a guard by trade, and so he's going to get more turns at center this week, and that's something that we just got to work through.
What have you thought about Thielen so far?
Adam's made a lot of spectacular catches. He's got good speed, good separation, so we've got good things. I'm glad that we have him on the team. He did a good job really in a rookie mini camp, making a good first impression there that he made.
What's the next area that you're targeting with Jarius for his growth as he goes year 2?
Well, Jerry's so sharp and such a leader in that room. He's done a fantastic job outside the numbers as well as in the slot. He looks quick. His weight is exactly where it needs to be. And bottom line with Jerry is he knows what to do all the time. He can help the other guys in that room with all the new faces in the receiver room. He helps them in the reading room, during the drills, and also, of course, when they break the huddle.
Are you surprised that a guy with only 7 games under his belt is as up to speed as he is?
Yes, yes. I'm surprised with what Jerry did when he was called to duty last year after Percy's injury. Running scout team, getting injured in his last preseason game against his opponent, Houston. He hit the ground running and very sharp, and has just grown from there.
Does that just speak to kind of the natural feel that he has for the game and maybe some other guys don't have?
I believe it does. He has tremendous instincts. He's a professional. I mean, he's studying this stuff. He's just a man's man. I mean, you can count on him every single day, and we're lucky to have him.
Couple last ones for Coach.
Thank you.